Welcome back. The fight to preserve women's sports is ramping up in San Antonio, Texas. The NCAA's annual convention was met this week with protests over transgender athletes' policies. Demonstrators calling on the association to stop discriminating against biological females and threatening legal action if the NCAA refuses to change course. And joining us now to discuss this is the CEO and president of Concerned Women for America, Penny Young Nance. She was leading the way on this protest yesterday. Great to have you with us, Penny.
Well, it's a deep honor to be here with you, John. Yes, we had a diverse group of women from the left, women from the right, former Olympic athletes who were very clear standing outside the NCAA convention, telling them that they must protect women's sports. It's been a very difficult road, and joining us were women like Riley Gaines, who was there and competed against Leah Thomas. At the University of Pennsylvania, at the Division I swimming, who is a biological male. We had Macy Petty, who's a Young Women for America leader, who's a volleyball champion and has had to play against biological men. So there's a serious threat happening to women's sports because biological men are being allowed to compete against biological women, and of course they're losing.
I remember when the story first started gaining steam when it comes to Leah Thomas, there were reports that parents and women on the Penn swimming team were scared to come forward and defend their right to compete in women's sports against biological women. But now we start to see that changing. Obviously, that rally doing a lot to expose what's going on here. Has the NCAA been receptive at all to your concerns? Are they taking you guys seriously?
Well, and let me go back and say Concerned Women for America filed a civil suit with the Department of Education against the University of Pennsylvania. So, yes, we're taking action, and there will be more legal action to come. But no, the NCAA actually has gone in the opposite direction. They issued guidance suggesting that that athletes should put their identity on their credentials, that they should put their preferred pronoun on their credentials. So no, they're not actually going in the right direction. But we're hoping there's a new head of the NCAA, who's Governor Baker from Massachusetts, who's just been elected. And we're hoping we're going to see some movement in the right way. But if not, there will be legal consequences for this. If we want to protect women's sports, if we want to protect the actual emphasis of Title IX, the real reason for Title IX, then we have to keep women's sports for women. I mean, it's really sort of the genetic equivalent of a Volkswagen Beetle having to compete against Joe Biden's Corvette, right? It's men have bigger hearts, bigger lungs, 6,500 different genetic differences stamped down to the cellular level. So it doesn't matter what your testosterone level is. It's not a fair fight. Title IX is 50 years old. The reason that it was brought to bear was because we wanted more women to compete in women's sports, and it's done that. Today, 43% of young women in high school are in women's sports. But now we're telling them that no matter what you do, no matter how hard you train, no matter if you give up all the extra things on the weekend and get up at 4:30 in the morning, you can't win because you're going to have to compete against someone who's genetically predetermined to beat you.
And, you mentioned Charlie Baker. He has previously opposed the expansion of transgender sports in the NCAA. We're going to leave it there. Penny, thank you for your time. We got to head to the White House now for this press briefing.